The tales of a common man finding a great artifact that boosts them into heroes. Discoveries found by accident that have changed the world today. Finding a quarter on the ground. All of these things have one thing in common. An unexpected and happy discovery or serendipity. There once was a tale of three princes from Serendip. The benevolent King Jafar wanted to instill great virtues into his sons and had hired many tutors to teach them. Upon investigating their progress, he feared that their education had been too sheltered and privileged. They are sent away to a foreign land and have set out to find a missing camel. Using deductive reasoning, they conclude that the camel must be missing a tooth, lame, carrying a pregnant woman, butter, and honey. When they bring their findings to the merchant who has lost the camel, he immediately accuses them of stealing it. They are brought to Emperor Biramo to receive punishment. They explain to the emperor that grass had been eaten from the side of the road where it was less green, so the princes had inferred that the camel was blind on the other side. Because there were lumps of chewed grass on the road that were the size of a camel's tooth, they inferred they had fallen through the gap left by a missing tooth. The tracks showed the prints of only 3 feet, the fourth being dragged, indicating that the animal was lame. That butter was carried on one side of the camel and honey on the other was evident because ants had been attracted to melted butter on one side of the road and flies to spilled honey on the other. As the 3 princes explain their deductions to the emperor, a traveler enters and tells them that the lost camel has been found. The emperor spares their lives, gives them riches, and appoints them as advisors because of their deductive skills and wisdom they have displayed. This story leads to an English author by the name of Horace Walpole. He was writing a letter to his friend and explained how he made an unexpected discovery on a lost painting. He compared the happy and expected discovery of this painting to the princes of Serendip because they were always making discoveries, by accidents and sagacity, of things which they were not in quest of. He coined the word, serendipity, to describe his happy and unexpected finding. The Oxford English Dictionary defines serendipity as the faculty of making happy and unexpected discoveries by accident. Also, the fact or an instance of such a discovery. The main focus of the definition being happy and unexpected. The world has also inspired spin-offs like William Byard's term of zemblanity, the inverse of serendipity, and barumdipity, the suppression of serendipity by powerful individuals. Penicillin, one of the world's most important medical inventions, was discovered by accident. A Scottish physician, Alexander Fleming, had left his cultures on his desk while he went on vacation. When he came back, he discovered that one of the cultures was open and had been contaminated with mold. The bacteria cultures near the mold didn't grow while the ones further away did. He was not a chemist and was unable to go any further with research on the properties of penicillin. It wasn't until 10 years later that a team of scientists at the University of Oxford used his discoveries to engineer the penicillin that we have today. Even though the word was conceived in 1754, the frequency of use did not begin increasing until the early 20th century. The rise of serendipity matches from 1920 to 1940 coincides with the invention of penicillin. It's also interesting to view the biases of the word when used. Samuel Eliot Morison wrote Columbus and Cabot, by the greatest serendipity of history, discovered America instead of reaching the Indies, describing how the discovery of America by Columbus was unexpected and happy from his point of view. This is the great story that America teaches us throughout our schools. The Pilgrims escaped to America to gain their freedom and have hope for a better life. They persevered and beat back Britain to gain their independence. This story is framed in a way that the discovery of America was serendipitous.